Thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, I appreciate it. Welcome back to some more EU4 with me, Daniel. Playing as Italy, and we just got out of a war. We're at 115% overextension, which is absolutely horrendous. But then, between episodes, because there's a new recording session, thought I'd take a look at the coalition map mode, and past Daniel has left current Daniel in a heck of a position. So basically all of Central and Western Europe is in a coalition against us. One of our allies has minus 56 aggressive expansion, so they're in the coalition threshold. And we might have to force this coalition to fire before a big nation is able to join in. Because theoretically, Bohemia could join in. They could then declare war on me. That would bring Russia in. And I'd have to take on Russia, Bohemia, and almost all of Europe at the same time. And that would be terrible. So what I'm thinking we'll do instead is we'll pick a target in the coalition to attack, to trigger the whole coalition against us, so we can have them all in a peace treaty, and that way they can't declare on us independently. And having looked between episodes, I think the Mamluks is a really good target to go after, because A, they're isolated, so they're going to have a hard time getting other nations to come over to help them. B, if I take land off them, the aggressive expansion over here is irrelevant for Europeans. And C, they don't have particularly good allies of their own. They have Kilwa, Biapas, and Hormuz. And yes, they'll all join in the war if we declare it. But Kilwa is miles away down here. And they only have 57,000 troops. Biapas, they're here, they don't matter. They still somehow have nearly 50,000 troops because of all the vertical expansion that they've done. But they're not really that big a deal. They are up to speed on tech, though, which is interesting. Their other ally is what? Hormuz, and then look at the border gore down here. Yemen and Hormuz have this absolutely horrendous mess going on, so it is interesting. It's also an interesting thought is we could theoretically ally Somalia if we really wanted some type of defense against Kilwa, but I don't think it's that important. If anything, what might happen is once we end up in this war against the Mamluks, they only have a peace treaty, Kilwa and Somalia, until November of next year. Somalia might just attack them anyway, and that would make my life a lot easier. We don't have a huge amount of manpower, but we would be able to drag in Poland, who have plenty, and Britain, who don't have any, but will just be kind of annoying more than anything else. I feel like we might have to pull the trigger on this immediately. I don't really want to, because look how out of place our armies are. But I don't think we're going to have much of an option. So realistically, I just have to work out, first of all, where are any revolts going to spawn? So we do have to keep that 30k stack there for now. We'll have to bounce some troops around to bop things as they come in. Poland might be nice enough to help us with that as revolts come up. I did build the first stage of the Versailles special building between episodes as well, because it makes our improved relations better. So theoretically, I guess an expansion might tick down with our allies a bit faster. But I think we're so in need of this fight that we might have to go after the Mamluks and declare war as soon as our diplomat comes back, which is in 9 days. So I think we're going to take these 4 stacks, have them beat up everything down here, keep a stack in Constantinople, or Constantinople, I guess it is now, given, you know, we're Italian, and then use pretty much every other stack of troops just to protect against Europe while Poland comes to help me. This stack will just have to be a contingent stack. Where are our navies? 110 big stack. We want you to be probably... We probably want them to come up and annoy the Netherlands, so we want to make sure they come through without taking outside sea zones as much as possible because they are bad for business. We'll go over to Picardy. Our transport fleet of a, well, that's my word. Our trade fleet is enormous. I didn't realize how big that one had gone. So our transport fleet, I'm going to move down here just in case we have to move that 40k stack around. And I think, like I said, we're probably going to have to declare war immediately. I don't want to, but I think we might have to. And we're going to take... We don't want the 15k stack to move. Did I end up highlighting it? Yes, I did. We don't want that one to move. Everything else, I'm going to start having wander over towards... Where do we want to go? Somewhere with a high limit. Navarra probably makes sense to start. And then we can always move our troops around from there. Okay, so let's declare war immediately, because we're going to have to before we can have a coalition fire. And we have to go 8 days, 7 days, 6 days, and one other nation in the coalition, doesn't matter, but one left, so it's a trade. 3, 2, 1, pause. We're going to have to compete against roughly about 650,000 troops. We will have about 800,000, 850,000. Okay, so we're still way stronger than them. Let's confirm. Strasbourg has their stack out of position. Yeah, our French stack would have been very much out of place there. Austria is still getting beaten up by Bavaria. And because this is a coalition war, almost all these guys we aren't going to be able to peace out independently, which is fine. Okay. Let's start rolling. This stack is the one that shouldn't move. You can go back. And yes, these guys are all going to come over to Italian Egypt, please. So let's see where the early movement is. Are the Palatinate a vassal of Poland? Yes, they are. So that's why they're involved. And because they are a vassal, they shouldn't be able to peace out separately. Okay, no other vassals matter. Austria wants open borders. I will definitely do that because it does not matter. If I can get over to the Palatinate's territory quickly enough, I might be able to catch our opponents in some pretty poor terrain. We'll have to take a look. Oh, yeah. Some nations are going to rejoin coalitions now, but they can't join this war themselves. They have to do their own war. Netherlands has declared war on Austria. Okay, enough of these troops have come together now that we can probably go and help. And we can reach the Palatinate's territory, so we certainly want to do that. Some of our cores have now become fully fledged. We're still above 100% overextension, though, which is bad. Provence in a coalition against us. Not a huge surprise. Switzerland as well. This is why we had to pull the trigger when we did. You're going to go over there. These two stacks are going to go next door. This stack is just going to stay in the territory so I can move dynamically where it needs to go. That's fine, and that's fine. I'm getting a text message. Go away. Let's turn phone link off. Austria has been declared on by Bohemia as well. Rip Austria. Our navy can now get involved now that it's over here. That British stack is probably going to get wrecked. And I guess this is where they've decided to come into our territory at. Okay. Poland's left all its troops in the east. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that then. Let's continue going after the stack that's sieging out the Palatinate. It should force them to move troops over. Why did you go that way? Can you go bail them out, please? I don't think they're going to get bailed out on time, so we will... First of all, let's get another province converting. Like that. That stack can stay in place. Are they going to get there in time? No, they're not. Okay, that's a big stack. So everybody else here, start heading towards this fight. Why are you going that way? What are you doing? 32k stack. Can we not go that way? This stack is just going to run away. I'll run back to the capital so we can get some manpower recovery. We don't want to split our troops up too much, as we're getting caught, and it's not fun. So we're just going to go back to our own territory and have this stack run away as well. Yeah, we're getting too bold and we can't do it. You're in land blocked by a hostile fort. Where on earth are you getting blocked? I could run through, but I can't run back. Ugh, fort logic. Can I retreat anywhere? I guess the answer is no, so let's see where that stack goes. Nowhere, got stat wiped. Lovely. Well, that was a mistake for being too bold. Let's not do that. Let's just get some more troops down here. We don't have to build them enormously quickly, but we'll build them out of the way. Let's start in one nation and go across. So they don't seem to be very interested in going to the west, so let's begin. Well, I guess we go to Bavaria. Yeah, that should be a fairly safe location. Let's start going that way. There's the problem with being over 100% overextension. You get the separatist sentiment event, where we get massive quantities of unrest in some provinces. Not the biggest deal because it happens to be one on the border, which, if you know, of all the places where I want that to happen, that is it, because then they're gonna probably rebel on top of our opponents. 2 rebel events. That's an annoying place I don't want to deal with, but I'm sure my allies will. Same boat over here, I'm not that worried. We'll get a little bit of separatism, but doesn't really matter all that much. That is a hill. That is a mountain, so I don't want to attack them there. That's a hill, but it's not... It's kind of out of the way, so I think we'll be safe if we go that way. Thank you, Poland, for preventing them from capturing that province. I appreciate it. They'll definitely get a hold of that Burgundian location, but it's fine. Speaking of fine, how are we doing down in Africa? We're not doing anything, so we should probably stop getting attrition for no reason and do things. Go. I wish Poland hadn't sent all their troops down here. It's a bit of a waste. Although I should probably take this stack, given it is sitting and not doing anything. We'll grab our transport fleet and bring it over to Lucca, because we're clearly going to need some more troops. And yeah, there we go. Our enemies are attacking our rebel stack, which is awesome. Probably don't want all of these troops sitting in one stack together. We are going to combine like that, though, and... There's still 4 stacks here? Okay. We do that, we have a 68k stack and a 57k stack, alright. The 57k stack can move back a tile, so we get a little bit less... attrition. We can't go too far, so I guess we'll go here then. Yes, because of the silly hostile fort situation again. Yes, we'll sit there for now. We're going to wait for our 2 little mini armies to rebuild, and we'll take it with the 40k stack, and then we'll bring them over and try and deal with this mess that's forming. A siege of the capital of the Mamluks has been completed. We'll start having some of our other stacks go back around. Austria, go away. Haven't seen anything from Biapas yet, or Hormuz, or Kilwa as it happens. So all those guys have been missing in action. If we could complete the siege here, please, to start, that would be great. Yeah, in terms of, like I said, nations that aren't in the coalition, we're talking all the ones outside of Europe. Pretty much every European nation we're going to have to peace out collectively, which is a little bit annoying, but what are you going to do? I'd like this to finish quickly, though, so I can go back and defend this territory, but apparently we're not going to get lucky. We have, yeah, maximum siege for artillery. Let's just break the walls and speed this process up a bit. Rebels did spawn in Constantinople, which will free this stack up now. Once we clear those rebels out. There it goes. So you're now free. I'm going to get you to come over and help out. The 15k stack isn't ready, but the other 3 are. So let's start heading in this direction. Oh, do we have some troops over here? So there's a Biapas stack. I wish we had the ability to just say, hey, chase a certain stack. Because that would be very convenient. But we don't have that option, so what are we going to do? We have most of their troops are now over in the west, which I'm fine with because most of the land is flat. Finally, our siege over here is completed. Because they're so far away, I'm tempted to go and try and siege out Salzburg because it'll be such an absolute pain for them to take back because it's on a mountain. So I think we'll do that while we can. We've got a claim on Burgas. We don't really care because of the imperialism casus belli anyway. That 20k stack is nearly fully built. Where is the Biapas stack going? It's just generally heading this way, so I'm going to set that to roll and we'll come back in a little bit. We can call in Portugal, so let's do that. If anything, it's more distraction. They don't have a huge number of troops and they have no manpower, but it's just more things that they have to contend with. Yeah, 55,000 troops there will be very helpful. And as soon as this 20k stack is built, we can have them come over to... Okay, perfect. Okay, done. Alright, so... we're still massively outnumbered here. So we do have to be a little bit careful. We don't get caught. Woods, farmland. Don't go through them, please. Do that instead. Because I want to try and get as many of them over here as possible so I can try and... Oh, no, they broke the siege at Anjou. They saw what I was doing. Yeah, they have a lot of troops over here. We're going to pull back towards the coastline temporarily until we get all of our troops into place. Because right now we do not have enough troops to defeat them. Another rebel has spawned. Okay, that's fine. Between 2 forts, we don't care. Biapas, meanwhile, has stopped moving, so we should be able to attack them. Yes, it's a hill, and I'll get a penalty, but I outnumber them, so it should be fine. These are getting attritioned. Is there any way... So there's the Mamluk stack. I don't think I need this many troops down here. I really don't think we do. So I'm going to take this 39k stack, have it go to... That's a mountain. That's grassland. I don't see a Biapas stack, so I'm going to have them go... Actually, we'll have that go over to Biapas. This can stay here We have a backup. If I can get Biapas out of the wall, I just don't have to worry about them. -1 penalty, and we have better combat stats, so that should be a victory. These stacks are now mostly formed together, so let's go help our vassal and watch to see how many troops get rolling. Okay, they got wrecked immediately. Biapas was not a stack wipe, but I really don't feel like this stack needs to go anywhere. We can have it go back. We'll take out those rebels on the way, and then have them reconvene maybe around the Friuli location. Switzerland is also declared on Austria. Austria is just going to be smashed. They're a good distraction, though, so a few of the nations may not join the coalition. This is not going to be good for us, though. They're getting the train penalty because they attacked me, but they do have massive numbers advantage. I was hoping it, but at least it might pull these guys away from the siege, but it did not. Portugal's starting to move its troops in, at least. But they're going to be too late for this battle. Yeah, look how many troops they have centralized over here. That's a lot of troops. Even though they have such enormous numbers advantage right now, you can only put so many troops in battle at once. So even though they have such gigantic quantities, they don't actually have any more troops on than I do. And they have too many horses. So when you have too many horses, it reduces your tactics. But they do have better combat stats than I do, so that's good to note. What's their military leader like? Ah, he has extra discipline. That's rude. 1, 2, 3... He has 6 shock. Yeah, so he's a 6-3-2-1. Pretty good leader. Okay, now we're starting to show less numbers, so now we're going to pull away. We'll go back to Rome. Yeah, we lost less troops than they did. So we lost more infantry, but they lost 3 times as many horses, and they lost a few a few cannons too. We do have a major manpower problem, though. We're at 80% army professionals, but I don't really want to slacken standards. If you do, it gives you double the manpower recovery speed, but I don't really want to do that right now. What we could do, because we do have a lot of money, yes, we will go over our force limit if we do this, but we could just hire some mercenaries. And we have great generals, so we could just hire an independent army and throw our own general on it. And realistically just use them as the front line to get smacked. Yeah, we'll do that. It's gonna take them a little bit to get together, but we'll do that. It will be expensive, but it'll be fine. These guys can consolidate a little bit. That'll save us a small number of troops. And we want to start coming over here as well. So these 2 stacks are going to slowly start meandering over towards where we're sieging, because I'd rather try and get this siege done before they get to us. We might not be able to get there in time. How many yeah, they have another 7,000 still. How close are we to doing the next siege tick? Yeah. We'll break the walls down and see if we can get lucky. Okay, well, at least the siege of Landshut's done, so worst case I can throw another stack in there. Are we on the maximum cap for cannons? Yes, we are. I'd much prefer to not do that if we can, though. Yeah, we're going to have everything head towards Salzburg, just in case. You can't be combined, but you 2 can. Everything's going to slowly head towards there, just for now. Should be causing some issues for the Netherlands and Liège. Just by sitting in this territory. Now, the Netherlands... They're not at war with us, but if they do try and do anything, they'll be in trouble. Yeah, Liège should be getting war exhaustion just from us sitting there. Portugal is now on our west side helping, which is fantastic. Not sure if they're going to have enough troops to clear the siege of Nantes over there, but good luck to them if they try. Can we please complete the siege of Salzburg this tick? Come on. What? An enemy... Yeah. Hormuz has 6,000 troops in India. I was wondering what that red dot on our map was. Mamluks also have a stack of troops, but they're not dangerous, so I'm not going to worry about them. Are we over in Biapas yet? We're nearly there. Slowly but surely. It's a long way away, in fairness, so, I mean, I understand. I thought this was going to be an episode where I sit on my hands. How wrong was I? You guys might as well start sieging Munich out. You're going to sit next door. You're going to sit next door. There's the siege of Salzburg done. Oh, my admiral just died. It's fine. Looking at who's got what right now. We have the Diplo points. I guess we might as well get an admiral. He's okay. Maneuver is very useful on a navy. It's situationally useful otherwise, but it is very useful on an admiral. Less attrition. So how do we want to do this then? So you have 2 points of siege. We're going to keep you roughly in place. We're going to do this, I think. And just spread out. This will help Austria indirectly as curb stomping Bavaria, but I think they're doomed regardless. And we're definitely not doing it to help them, I can assure you of that. Portugal needs to go join Poland there, or they're going to lose that battle. There we go, they're going to be fine. Now where the rebels coming? Greece? Whereabouts? That's going to be stinky because I have no troops anywhere nearby. Okay, temporarily then, this stack is going to go back and try and prevent that from happening. Or at least if it does happen, we can deal with it immediately. Because Poland's nowhere nearby, so they're not going to come over and just bop any rebel stack that comes by. And it's out in the kind of the middle of nowhere, so... Oh, there's Biapas's stack again. Really? Poor uniforms now? Poor morale now? That's no good. Looks like we're going to bop a Biapas stack on the way. Just so I don't forget, while we're at it, this... Okay, it's going up to 15. Okay, that's fine. City demands a seat in Parlamento. Kosovo, you're a gold province, so you definitely can. Converted. I have no way of getting my troops there to help Poland. So let's hope a bigger stack doesn't come in. I don't see a bigger stack. Well, now I do. 24k stack, but it's not coming in to help them. It's running away. Shun is busy doing Shun things. There are 2 stacks. I'll keep an eye on them. Spread out the attrition a bit. The siege of Tabuk is completed. Another nation, I think it was Friesland, just joined the coalition. It's fine. Biapas is going to run away from our stack. We'll go over to Yanbu Albar. Again, not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but you didn't come here for knowledge of